Hey, what is up, ILKB? Jessica Leonard here. Most people call me Jess. Some people call me Just Do It. I'm not quite sure if that's because I get things done and make things happen or if it's because I'm obsessed with Nike. I'm probably going to go with the second one. A little fun fact about me before we get started. I have over 100 pairs of tennis shoes, Nike ones mostly, and I color coordinate my outfits with everything. So you will see me. I don't think there will be a time that you do not see me match. They will at least have some sort of blend, everything with that. So there's a little fun fact about me. Anyways, before I get started with answering your questions, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the opportunity to be able to be considered for the spring gym manager position. I can give you 100% guarantee that if you guys do select me, you will not only get a awesome leader, someone who is fun, outgoing, energetic, but you will also get someone who takes a lot of pride in what she does. I am definitely a perfectionist, and I want to make sure that I get things done diligently, but also timely and right. So again, just wanted to say thank you so much. So a little bit of history about me. Born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas. I graduated from high school there. I played probably 4 sports every year. So I rotated one, but my main sports was I always ran a track, and then I played volleyball and basketball. I was very fortunate and very blessed to be able to receive a scholarship to go on to play both volleyball and basketball, and I graduated from Hannibal LaGrange University. I have a major in recreational management and a minor in business and coaching. After graduating from college, I was again blessed and was able to have the opportunity to go overseas and play basketball in Belgium. So once I was over there for a year, got a little homesick, kind of got tired of eating peanut butter because that's all I really knew how to say in Dutch. And again, I'm kidding. No, I just decided that it was time for me to hang up my basketball shoes and really concentrate on my next passion, which is fitness. I love helping others, and I wanted to help people achieve their fitness goals. So I wanted to combine both of those, and here's why I got into the fitness industry. So to answer your questions, why would I be a good fit for this job? Again, from coming to a couple classes, I've seen that LKB is fun, outgoing, energetic, and I think I provide all of those and even more so. Why am I looking for a new position? I was with the company Camp Gladiator for 2.5 years, and I just felt like it was time for me to move in a different direction. The area that I was in didn't really match up with the actual, I would say, goals and morals, mission statement that the main area did, and I just thought it was time. You know what, I think that you should enjoy what you do every day, and I just wasn't because of the atmosphere that I was in, so I decided to look somewhere else. A couple ways I deliver top-notch customer service. I take pride in communicating beforehand. So the first, I would say 30 minutes, once someone signs up for your class or camp, whatever it is, or training session, that you're making that initial connection. Today's technology, a lot of people do things through Facebook or text messaging. So usually I send a welcome text and I ask them a fun fact about themselves. What do they like to do? What's their favorite color? What's the thing that they're most looking forward to in their first class? Something of those sorts, just to be able to kind of get that personal connection. From then on, I will also then ask them when's a good time to be able to have a phone call, and I will pick up the phone and call them. There are some times where I just go right ahead and give them a call. Again, it's just kind of knowing what you need to do, but that first initial connection that you have is going to be the most memorable, so you always want to make it the best. I always take pride in making sure I learn everyone's name and being able to learn something personal about each and every one of the people who walk through the doors or people who come to my classes. So that is a couple ways that I deliver some top-notch customer service. I'm also timely. If someone has a complaint or something, I don't wait 24 hours or anything of that sort. I want to make sure that I get a good answer and have a proper answer for them, and then I'm initiating that. And if I don't know the answer, I will say, you know what? I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to find somebody who does know that answer, and I will get back to you in less than 24 hours. So What's one way that or a couple ways that I create rockstar employees? I lead by example. So I want to make sure that I'm always positive, energetic, upbeat, and fired up, ready to go. I feel like that once you're leading by example, people are you set that standard right there, and then that's how you know, and that's what your employees know, that this is what we do, and this is ILKB's, that's their expectations. Now let's bump it up a little bit more, and we're going to deliver the best performance and make sure that we are good to go. How do I stay inspired? I would say I stay inspired by constantly wanting to learn new things. I just feel like getting complacent in things is just mediocre, and I want to inspire people, and I want to do better, and I want to always better myself. So if it's learning new things, if it's picking up a new habit, or if it's reading a good book, talking to mentors, getting out there in the community, giving back to others, I am such a giver. I like to do things for other people, and that helps me kind of get that warm, fuzzy feeling in there. I kind of touched on it a little bit about what do I think that I have that makes a great leader, or what makes a great leader. And again, it is, first of all, leading by example. And second of all, I feel like it's in communication. You need to be able to communicate what your expectations are, or what the expectations of the company are, to be able to then know what it's about. So I feel like those are just a couple things about it. I feel like every day you are always faced with some sort of conflict and in life, and I think that things that you can do, how I was faced with a conflict with employee, it happens. There's going to be times where you don't like people in your workplace, or you don't get along with somebody, but making sure that you stay professional and making sure that you don't do anything in front of members, and members should never know that there is any sort of tension at all between any coworkers. I think I did have here recently that a lady at Camp Gladiator, one of my instructors, she didn't like me. I'm not sure if she was threatened by me or what, but every time I saw her, I was always trying to be positive. I was always trying to congratulate her, and just making sure that I was the bigger person and not, kind of feeding into whatever was going on. Communication. Again, it goes back to that. I'm just a huge advocate of communicating. And if you keep those communication lines open, especially from my end, when there was some tension that happened, I asked her, I said, hey, what's going on? Have I done something to offend you? Have I upset you in any way? So just making sure that I know, and then apologize, not to be afraid to admit that you are wrong. If you upset her, if you hurt her feelings, or whatever it is, it's just making sure you own up to that. You're not perfect. No one is. I'm sure as heck not. But, taking that ownership and that responsibility for if you did make mistakes. But again, keeping those lines of communication open, and, just being able to try to talk things out. I think that, yes, I have led a team. I worked at as an aquatics director at the Abington YMCA, and I led about 25 people there. I had lifeguards, and I was responsible for managing everything, filling out the schedule, making sure that we had our in-service meetings, making sure we had our weekly meetings, doing all the Chronos paper, making sure we had all the communication out, social media, Facebooking, all of that sort of stuff. That was my responsibility. I've also led a team at Camp Gladiator. So even though that I wasn't an actual director position, we did have a team of 6, and I was constantly challenging my team. Hey guys, have we read this book? Hey, have we done this? What are some things that we can do better? How can we get out to the community? What can we do to bring the community together and work together as a team? Just constantly working on those sort of avenues. And then also, leading a team of people doesn't necessarily have to be like an actual team coworkers, but every time I stepped out of Camp Gladiator, I was leading a group of people. They trusted me. They instilled and said, you know what, hey, I believe in you. And that's what I wanted to give back to them. And so every time I came out there, it was a rock star performance. I wanted to make sure that they got the best 60 minutes possible, and they left feeling like they accomplished something. What's my experience with marketing, social media? I love social media. Always going to Facebook Live. I love Instagram, Snapchat. I constantly, I think, posting all the time, giving positive praises, shout outs to people, whatever I can do, I'm on it. Learn how to market Facebook marketing, worked on that, learning how to get into the community and when to post and when not to post. So yes, I have a lot of experience in social media, trying to get more followers in that aspect. Group fitness. So Clubs of River City, I was there after I left the YMCA. I went to the Clubs at River City in Illinois. When I was there, I started off as the youth sports director, and once I got that up and running, where I did manage another team of about 15 to 20 employees, I was over all of them, and then each department had people in place. So I had that, and then also, so once that was up and running, I moved to the group fitness side. So over there, I helped out in assisting the group fitness director, but I also taught group fitness classes. So I was Les Mills certified in body pump, body combat. I ran a kickboxing class there, yoga, Pilates, you name it. I probably have done it. Body step. I don't think the only thing I didn't do was probably Tai Chi and spin, because the bikes hurt my butt a little bit. So kickboxing, yes, I do have experience in kickboxing. I used to actually compete competitively, but I know that it's a little bit different. Its technique is still the same for the most part, but I know that ILKB has their own standards and own set ways. So learning how to adapt and be adaptable and being coachable is also a huge factor. I don't feel like I know everything and I'm stuck in my own ways. Very not in a box. So wanting to always learn and wanting to always grow, not only from a business standpoint, from a personal standpoint, spiritual standpoint as well. What do I do for fun? What don't I do? I love being active. So I'm going to get outside. I'm going to go hiking. I love painting, love watching movies. If you can see this guy right here, this is my baby. This is one of my babies. That's Bentley. Out taking my dogs out for a run. I have 3 other ones. And so, yes, but a little bit past that, I'm running out of time, so I want to make sure I'm past my 7 to 10 minute mark, but I wanted to make sure to touch on 2 last things for you. Name 2 of my current personal goals. One thing that I really feel like is that leaders are readers, and so my goal is to read 1 book every month, and I'm going to alternate between business and fitness related and personal growth. So that is my thing, that's one goal that I have. And then the next goal is to be able to challenge myself physically and try to run a race each month. So at the end of the month, I'm doing the hot chocolate run. Hopefully I'll see you guys out there. But then that's kind of what, those are 2 goals that I have. And so there you go. And then the difference between praise and motivation. Praising is, you know, I always say that it's kind of the positive sandwich. You've got a positive and then a criticism and a positive, because you want to make sure that when your employees or members, you want to make sure that they aren't thinking, oh man, all Jessica does is just get on to me and she just never says anything positive and she's always negative and she's telling me what I'm doing wrong. We don't want that. We want to give our employees and also our members the best experience that they can, and we want to be able to praise them and tell them, hey, what are they doing right? And then we can give that correction. Motivation is a little bit different. Sometimes you gotta kind of have to say, hey, you know what? You're not giving me 100%. Let's go. Let's pick it up. Come on now. I need you going. I need you moving. I need you active. Let's go. Let's go. And also a little bit, something to kind of light a fire underneath them. So hopefully that answers all your questions. Again, I appreciate it so much. I'm sorry I went over my time, but there you guys go. And again, Jessica Leonard from Houston, Texas, and signing out. Watch out.